Hey guys, welcome to the Liberty Bell channel with Kristen McMasters. I am trying to answer important or just relevant questions that people have about government while exposing misconceptions that people have about government. So the question that I want to look at today is, why do people hate Congress so much? And this is something that I think a lot of us probably talk about. A lot of people tend to hate Congress, right? We talk about, oh, Congress is so slow, Congress is so ineffective, Congress doesn't get anything done. Have you noticed this? Have you maybe said this? This is something that people talk about all the time, right? And it's interesting because Congress is consistently the lowest approval rating in all of government. People hate Congress. But why do we hate Congress so much? Have we ever thought about that or really kind of dug deep and really looked at the answer to that question? It's easy to throw out accusations and talk about it broadly speaking, but what does that actually mean? So when we say things like, why doesn't Congress get anything done? The thing I start wondering about and thinking about is, well, what does it mean for Congress to get something done? What is the assumption, the implicit assumption in that statement? Because there is an assumption. What are they supposed to get done, right? This is a really important question to answer if we're going to critique them all day for not getting things done, right? So what is government supposed to do? That's a huge question. That's what I try to do and answer with the Liberty Bell, is big questions like, well, why do we have government in the first place? Because if we don't even know the reason for government, we can't critique or judge its behavior. We have to know the standard by which to compare its behavior if we're going to judge it. And the same goes for Congress, since Congress is probably the most important branch in our government. So when we say things like, why doesn't Congress get anything done, or Congress doesn't get anything done, let's think about that. What does that mean? So Congress is the legislative branch of our government, which basically means, legislate means to make or to write law. Okay, so that's the point. That's the job of Congress, is to make or to write law, right? So if Congress is getting things done, what does that mean? Well, that means that Congress is writing a lot of law. And something tells me that when we sit around and say things like Congress doesn't get anything done, very few of us are sitting here thinking, what I want more in my life is more law and more regulation and more rules to follow by the bureaucracy, right? How many of us, how many Americans that's what we're trying to say when we say Congress isn't getting anything done, they're so slow. We just want more law in our lives. Something tells me that's probably not what most Americans are thinking when they say Congress isn't getting anything done, when they throw that accusation out there, right? So on average, Congress introduces anywhere between 20 and 26,000 new laws every 2 years. Get that? Every 2 years. Now, on average, Congress only passes anywhere between 5 and 7% of those 20 to 26,000 new laws, which is a very small portion of that. It's still a lot of law. It's anywhere between 5 and 700 new laws, and every new law comes with another between 5 and 1,500 rules and regulations that the bureaucracy takes from that law. So yes, 5 to 700 new laws is going to dramatically affect our daily lives, but at least it's not 26,000 new laws, right? Is that what we really want? That's the question, right? Because when we critique Congress and why do Americans hate Congress so much? Well, I think that the reason Americans hate Congress so much is less built on factual understanding of Congress and its job and what it's doing, and more on ignorance. We get mad at Congress because it's just sort of the thing to do. We want to get mad at something, and Congress tends to be the one that takes the hit. But in reality, Congress was built to be slow, with intention and with purpose, because the founders didn't want a Congress that creates and writes 26,000 new laws every 2 years. Right? Because we don't want that. That's not the way America was built. And Congress was built to be slow. It was broken apart into 2 separate chambers with intention. And each person in Congress is representing a very different subset of people, whether it be states or counties or districts, right? And they're all going to have different ideologies, different preferences, different topographies, different geographies, different economies. And all of those things come to a head with intention, ambition counteracting ambition, to make the process slow so that we don't have 26,000 new laws every year. So really, if we're going to critique Congress, I think the critique should happen if Congress starts passing too many laws, right? So this whole idea that Congress is not getting anything done, maybe that's when it's actually functioning right.